Welcome, everyone. It's finally here. I've been waiting for this live stream for, I think it's been a couple days, man. I've been working on, let me move this camera back so you can see me. I've been working on some shorts and stuff. Some shorts for YouTube and things like that. And it kind of helps, I guess. It gets more subscribers, a few. I actually put a Rick and Lisa song that we do on there. So if you haven't subscribed to Rick and Lisa yet, up there, Rick and Lisa Experience, I put a song on my channel for shorts if you want to just check it out. It's a Ringo cover, and surprisingly enough, I'm still learning, so I don't even know. I know there's super chats, like you guys could pay for super chats to donate. I don't even know how it works really. I barely was able to get the membership thing going. I'm starting to learn, so everything's starting to come together now, so that's cool. I'm going to try and do it. This is going to be a realistic landscape, but you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start hinting on more Impressionism, so the artwork starts getting more, you know, it'll have a lot more appeal, you know, with looking less realistic, you know. But for today, I'm gonna do a realistic painting. Maybe start hinting on Impressionism. We'll see as it goes along, because art, you want it to just, it's kind of like music. You want it to flow, you know. You don't want it to be mechanical. But I do know this is going to be improv, so I'm going to do I want some high mountains here so I can do some landscape work down here. So I'm gonna use a brush today to sketch this in. Some mountain peaks here. Kind of want them like going off in the distance here. This is 14 by 14, by the way. I'm going to have maybe some distant mountains over here as well, and over here. Just have maybe two main peaks in the middle here. I'm going to have a main hill come down like this, and then a hill back here. This will be the valley in here. That's about all I want to put in, because I know I'll have some bushes down here and run some trees here and here. That's all you really need to sketch in when you're doing improvising on a landscape. just so you know where your sky is going to be. You don't even have to put the trees in because the trees usually come in last, unless you're doing tonalism. But tonalism kind of hard with acrylic paint, but it can be done. But let me get started here. I don't know how many people will be on today. It's Saturday. There's the lick for the sketch there. Let's get started. I'm gonna, you know what I did? I did a painting earlier just for fun, and I put my paint in the palette into this container. It was in there for like 3 hours, and I pulled it out just a while ago. The paint's still good, so that's what I'm using. I'm using a Prussian blue for the sky. Look at that. It's really like a dark blue. Prussian blue, but I want more clouds in there than sky. We'll put some clouds around it. So yeah, I got to go to work today. They called me in. I was off all week. I don't know what my check's gonna look like next week with like 8 hours maybe for 2 weeks. I don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to kill us or something. Isn't that funny how a company, when they want to save money, they cut the employees' hours? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. They can find other ways to make money. Maybe advertise more and get more people to go shopping in there, you know? That's a good idea. I don't want to talk bad about my company. I like working there. It's easy work. I like working around all the it's all art stuff, you know. So it's pretty fun. I get to see all this new, a lot of times we get new stuff in there. That's kind of a weird looking blue. It's Prussian blue. Maybe zoom this in a little more. I didn't even think about zooming that in. There we go. Much better. All right. It's 14 by 14. This is going to go quick. I'm going to use a dark gray. I made my own gray with black and white. And I hit the Prussian blue in there. Almost looks like Payne's gray when you put a little bit of blue in there. But I'm going to have some dark peaks, but I'm going to also make those in the back a lighter gray. So yeah, if you're just joining in, I put some shorts out the last couple days. I've been working on shorts for YouTube. Just to get some different videos up there. I don't know why I still don't get the whole short thing. Like I put Rick and Lisa, I put one of our songs up there, a Ringo Starr song, and I actually got a subscriber from that. I put 20 seconds of this song called Photograph by Ringo Starr that me and Lisa covered. And it got some views. And I actually got a new subscriber. Hopefully they're in here today watching. if you're new to the channel, I like doing the lives I like doing lives a lot more than, for the last year I made videos, how-to videos, and now I'm more trying to get to know some of my subscribers by doing these lives. I'm getting to know quite a few of you now by just seeing you chat in the chat room. I need to get 6 more members. I'm not trying to force you to become a member, but when you have 8 members, it opens up all these different things that YouTube gives you more things to work with if you got more members. So I've got 2 so far, and I need 6 more. It'd be kind of cool to get those little things unlocked. It's kind of cool how YouTube has everything kind of in their control. I mean, it's fine because, I mean, where else are you going to publish a painting? Like this painting I'm doing right now, it's getting published right now on the internet for free, pretty much. And if it goes viral and somebody wants to buy it, I mean, I can sell it to them. It's pretty cool. I'm waiting for some of the videos to go viral, so the paintings will be worth some money. Then I'll sell them to everybody cheap so they can make the money on them. But they have to go viral first. You know, I got to get at least 1 million subscribers, and then I would probably sell all my paintings cheap to the consumer, and then they can make the profit on them by selling them for a lot of money. I think that's how it works. I'm going to make this, I should make that lighter. Put a little yellow in there maybe. Put a big hill back here. And do some dark hills right here. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. I need a little more lightness in there. Try not to use white, but let's run some hills in here. Let's see. There we go. That looks cool. So yeah, once I get enough subscribers and I know what everybody, I still don't really know everybody because I don't know what they want. Like eventually I want to have enough subscribers where we can do a live session where we actually paint together. But I gotta know, I gotta get enough subscribers that want to do that. But for now, you can just watch me paint. And if you want to learn some of these techniques, I have videos on my page that you can watch. I'll show you a cool way how I do my clouds with acrylic paint. really cool. I'm starting to realize that the best brush for up there is like a fan brush for acrylic paint for clouds. So I'll show you how I do them with just a fan brush up there in the sky. They come out looking pretty cool. Really simple, and I think you would be able to get it on your first try. I'm going to put some snow up here so I can make some cool peaks and stuff in here. Look at that. So I did get called into work today. I wasn't on the schedule, but they asked me to come in. So I got to work a little bit this morning. Look at that. I could explain a little as I'm putting my color right next to where I put the white, this blue color. This would be like the side that's like a cliff or in the shadow side. This is how you make dimension on your mountain, by putting this other color next to the lighter color. It's almost like a pyramid, you know. Because if you don't put this color on like this, the mountain will look like those in the back. See, just those, I'm going to leave them like that because they're way in the distance. You wouldn't see anything back there. But you see how these mountains are taking shape here. And I'm going to blend in some of this lower section. It really softens it up and makes it look cool. Look at that. I really like working with the knife. The knife is pretty awesome. And it's not as hard as you think. Just let a little bit of color come off of your knife like this. Just a little bit. I'm going to edge this side of the mountain because it's in front of that other one. Just put some color there and just pull it down. You don't even have to cover all the gray if you don't want. You can leave some of that dark in there. But try and leave the white. Just like that. It takes a little practice. I'm making it look easy, but I think anybody can do that. Look at that. Now if we want this to look realistic, this mountain's further back. So what I'm going to do, this blue that I'm using here, this bluish color, I'm going to make it even lighter for this one, okay? Just by adding a little white in there. Just add a little white to that blue. And it's going to make it a little lighter, okay, for this mountain back here. Because as your eye falls back on the scene, the color will change on you. I'm going to make it even lighter. That's if you want it to look realistic. Now, if I made this the same darkness blue as this, it wouldn't look right. I mean, it would look okay, but even less color back here is even better. Like, I'll leave more of that dark color show on that mountain back there. Just little tips like that you can pick up as you're watching me. Let's see if anybody's on today. Nobody's chatting, but I see someone in there. Hello, everyone. I miss my Gigi. She was one of my viewers that used to give me a bunch of super chats. Gigi hasn't been back for a while. See how you could see it's a little lighter than this blue up here. So it could have been even a little lighter. So you could see a distinct a difference between both these mountains here. But you can see it. It's very subtle. Very subtle. This mountain's a little darker than that one. That's how you want it. Just, you don't want it to look too overwhelming. Just very subtle look. Check this out now. I'm going to take a clean brush and water. This is a filbert brush. Now it's a little wet, but I'm going to damp it off on a paper towel. And I'm going to blend this white down here a little bit and some of the blue. Just pull it down in the direction that the mountain's flowing. And just blend the lower portion of these mountains like this with a wet brush. Just the lower portion. It's going to soften up the mountain down here and make it look really cool, really far away. It helps it make the mountain look far away. You blur this out and make the top looks more like high definition. Look at that mountain. Wow. Talk about realistic. I put realistic in my the description today. That looks realistic, so that deserves a lick. Yeah. Wow. I'm really digging that mountain. I'm going to grab some of this original color here and kind of fix this edge here a little bit. There we go. Just get some more values of color in here. I like the way it looks. We got a lot of dark color here, lighter brown. We got yellow ochre, some white in there. A lot of different values in here. You can You can play around and like add like more shadows in here if you want, like this. Just whatever you want. Shadows are good to put in just random places, and then they'll come into a play once you put your bushes and trees up. Okay. This green here, I'm going to lighten this green up in the back to make this green look further back. You could either lighten it up. I'll try to put a little yellow first. This is yellow with white in it. I always mix a little white in my yellow. I don't use the yellow right out of the tube. You gotta put something in it. I'm just gonna lighten up the back of this hill. Maybe it'll make it look further in the distance, I'm thinking. Now the way I do it, I'll grab a paper towel now and clean my brush off and get rid of the hard edge by blending it into the green at the bottom. Just like that. Just get rid of the hard edge. So it makes it look further back now. And we can put a hill right here with dark green. If you got a darker green, just run like a little hill in there, like this. Almost more like shadows over here. Okay. There we go. This landscape's looking good now. We got everything we need. The underpaint's done now. I got everything pretty much the way I wanted on the ground. Now it's time for bushes and trees and clouds. Wow, it's going to come out great. This looks realistic so far. Later on, this summer, I'm going to start doing more impressionistic type stuff, okay? We can learn together, because there's a lot of people out there that like landscapes, but they also like Impressionism. Which to me, landscapes they're so close to being impressionistic. It's amazing. So we're not that far off from being impressionism here. It's like nature is kind of like that. Let me start by putting a few clouds up here. So if I run some trees up there, I don't have to put clouds around my trees and stuff. So I'm going to run some clouds back here, coming up forward here over this big mountain. Now, if you were in the chat a while ago, I was saying that the fan brush is probably the best brush to use to make clouds for acrylic. These are those fluffy clouds, okay? You just got to put your paint in and pull the bottom, blend the bottom into the sky, and then they look pretty good. And then you can put the shadows in later. This is far away over here, so you make this small here and then get a little bigger as you come over the top of these mountains, and then it'll look like the clouds are going back, okay? So when you start painting, when you're a beginner, you don't look at this kind of stuff, so it's good to learn it from somebody else, the perspective, because beginners, you'll find that they'll just put the clouds wherever they want, but there is some kind of trick to them to make them look like they're going off into the distance. That looks pretty good. Wow, I really like those clouds. Now I can put some other type of things up in here. We'll make it simple and just run a few like streaker clouds here. Just like this. Just to get some something in the corner there. This one we can kind of go like this and up in the corner. And have another cloud kind of starting back here. This is just titanium white, okay? It's not that other white. There's a lot of that other white that I don't like. I don't even have it, so I can't tell you what it is. It's not good for clouds. All right, there's my clouds. That looks pretty good. Now, if you want to put some gray, if you ever look at the clouds outside, there's a lot of gray in the clouds, right? Lots of gray. Pretty much anywhere. Anywhere you put the gray will be fine. Let me get a little gray and show you. I'm going to grab a little white and gray and make a really light gray, okay? Make it really light, and then let's say there's a shadow underneath these clouds here and here. Just put a little gray at the bottom. Now it's almost like you could put the gray pretty much anywhere in the cloud because that's the way they are if you look at them. You might have a hint of gray up in here, over here, but most of the time it's underneath the cloud. It looks like a shadow. So that's all you got to do is just blend it into the white like that. You could use different colors. You can add pink to these clouds if you want to make them get a little bit of color. But I'm going to leave it like that for now. That looks good. Paint Your Dream World. Hey, how's it going? I like your channel. I've been making a lot of shorts lately, so I haven't been on here. YouTube, they say making shorts is good for getting new subscribers. If you guys are in the channel, this Paint Your Dream World, he has a pretty cool channel going on. It's kind of cool. His style's different than mine, but his paintings come out cool. That's what I like. We all have our own different little styles. Painting's almost like your signature, you know, the way you write. So, the way you paint's going to look different than what I do. So, I'm going to put some trees back here now. I want to put I want to put I got the hill kind of coming back here a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to bring some trees around here from the back, way back here, and kind of fill in this middle section here, and then kind of take them up this hill just a little bit. Fill in this middle section here. Just like that. Then make sure you pull your bottom one way or the other. It makes the shadow underneath and also gets rid of that hard edge. It softens it up. And I'm not going to try and make those look like trees. I want it, they're far away. They look like trees already. So I'm going to leave them like that. That's why this is a number 2 fan brush. It's perfect for making these type of distant trees, okay? Look at that. Man. And you know what color I used today? I used for the dark trees, I mixed yellow, yellow and black, right, to get a green. And then I put a little burnt umber in it, and that's how I got this color here. And then black, yellow made a dark green, and then a little burnt umber to make it look a little brownish. Let's put some trees on this distant hill here. Maybe some like maple trees up here. Just a few. There we go. So now I got all these different hills in here. I'm going to run some small bushes on this hill here. As we're getting closer, this is closer to us in the foreground. This will be an easy painting. I'm just thinking I'll have a big tree over here, some evergreen trees up here. I want to put a regular tree here. I'm going to put some more bushes down in here. In the foreground. These are good for bushes too. I love the fan brush, man. It's an awesome brush. Fan blender brush. But look at how it makes pretty cool bush tops. You see that? And you can use this for highlighting too. Highlighting the bushes. Pull some of that dark color in here to create some more shadows. Okay? Just like that. I'm going to use a round. This is a number 6 round. I'm going to make a tree go up here. Using black and burnt umber mixture. with starting off with a pretty wet brush, okay? And I want to have like a tree trunk coming up here. Maybe in front of those bushes. See that? See that? Now we'll add a few branches to it. Wow. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? I can't believe I I haven't done anything impressionism yet, but this looks real to me. It's realistic painting, okay, with acrylic paint. It almost looks like an oil painting, but uh, and I'm using just basic acrylic paint. This is a lot of it's Winsor Newton, okay. Uh, some of it's Liquitex. This is the better Liquitex, though, not the. You know how Liquitex has the basic acrylics? Basics acrylic, Liquitex. Although you can use these colors, it's okay. But you kind of want to use a level 2 or higher when you're doing landscapes. But you can still use those cheap paints. I'm not trying to get you to buy expensive paint, but let me highlight these bushes. I want to highlight them with yellow and yellow ochre, kind of a mixture of yellow and yellow ochre. I'm going to try and make some cool bushes down here with this fan brush. The trick on bushes is to extend them out a little ways. And start at the top of the bush like this and then extend it out like this, okay? So it just doesn't look like a round bush, all right? And leave the bottom dark. Like barely touch it down there. It'll keep the shadow underneath the bush, okay? Now I'm using a mixture of yellow and yellow ochre, and you can kind of see I got different values going on in the bush right now. Like there's a darker yellow. There's some of the yellow that looks brighter and some look dark. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to let that set for now, and I might add a little more brightness to them after this dries, okay? Wow, look at those bushes. I can't believe how good this painting's coming out. Yeah, I can use the cheap paints too, but I mean, you can still make them look good. You can still make them look like, if you mix a lot of browns, you mix your burnt umber and yellow ochre in with your colors, you can make it look dark, like outdoors, you know. Darken up your greens. But man, that looks realistic to me. I really like it. the clouds got some shadow underneath. So far it's looking pretty good. This is an easy one for anybody, okay? Now I'm going to do a few, I'm going to show you, I see something I kind of like here. Maybe right in here, I'm going to put some trees right here. I don't want to go over this section because I did that for a reason. So I'm gonna put a tree right here for now and see what it looks like. I'm not sure what kind of tree I want to put. I'm just gonna put a the trunk in there right now and see. There's a lot of different style trees you can make. Let's do. I'm gonna do a Korean evergreen tree where the branches come straight out. Then I'll highlight it. It's like a Korean evergreen tree. I think it needs to have another one in there. There we go. It's looking pretty good for acrylic paint. I'm going to try and highlight this tree right now. See that? Just barely touch it with the fan brush with small little touches in there. There we go. It used to bug me when I used to, you see how this is the same color back here? It used to bug me when I used to go over that tree, but now I know when I highlight it, it'll bring out the color. So don't let that bother you if you bring a dark color over back here, because you know you're going to highlight it. It'll bring the tree out, okay? I'm going to do these bushes with yellow ochre, okay? I want them to be a little brighter, a different color than these green ones here. Yellow ochre with some white in it. Might be too light, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to start here in the middle. All right. That looks good. I'm going to put a little brown in it to change up some of the tone on it. There we go. I'm going to let those set for a while. Then I'll probably add another color to them. All right, this is looking pretty good. Just going to lighten up some of those back there. So let's see what else I can put in here. Wow. Look at that. I really like this one. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys watching. It's time to play a guitar lick because this is looking good. Yeah. All right. So I think I need I'm going to put another tree out here so it looks like it's going off into the distance. To get some perspective going on in here. I don't know what I did with all my paper towels. So I want to put a few trees out here. We'll put a little grass out here first. A few bushes and we'll put a few trees out there. So it looks like a family of trees. What's cool about landscapes, you don't have to be perfect. You just got to put the shape of a tree out there and it's going to look good because you know how nature looks. It's pretty much nature goes wherever it wants, so you don't have to be perfect. I think anybody can learn landscapes, really, because if you've been out walking in the woods, you know what a mountain looks like, you know what trees look like, grass. I mean, I think anybody can do it. Look at that. Man. I'm going to put a dress on those. I'm just going to put a little white into that same color, a little white, and get a lighter color. And I'm just going to put a dress on the right side of these. Just on the right side, and then it's going to look like the sun is hitting on that side, see? Also, it gives the tree a little dimension, okay? Look at that. And for your bushes, just kind of hit a little color down here in front of the bushes, just like that. Then you'll get some instant bushes back there. Wow. Let's put some flowers down here. All you got to do is take your fan brush and kind of punch in some color like this. I'll start with this white color, and then I can add some yellow. Let's try some yellow. Let's try and put some yellow flowers on top of what I just put in. Just like that. Wow. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to lighten up the back here with some yellow so it looks further away back there. Maybe the sun's hitting right in this area. Just a little bit of yellow. Look at that. See how it just added a different flavor? Dark yellow, light green, dark brown. Got all these different colors right in here. It looks kind of cool. You got the blue, dark color, yellow, green, dark green, brown, yellow ochre. Just this section right here, I kind of like that look. It's hard to pick it out, but it's there. When you start doing a lot of painting, you'll notice all that stuff. To me, this is really high definition to me. I'm not trying to blur anything out. I want it to look the way I'm doing it, that's the way I want it to look. The only thing I blurred out, remember, you weren't here at the beginning, I blurred out the bottom of my mountains. I washed it down with a wet brush. You'll have to go back and see how I did that. Man. All right, guys, I think that's all the trees I'm going to put in. Let me start putting my twigs in now, because I think I'm over an hour. You guys have been great. I can see I got some people in here watching. We'll put some twigs out here. It's good to put twigs in your landscapes. Kind of wiggle them a little bit. Put some around the tree here. If I had enough time, I can put some flowers down here. Maybe I'll put a few here. Just run some twigs up and then grab a color that you like. Let's say I got some red and white. I'll make pink flowers. I'll make some pink flowers, and then if it's too bright, I'll add some yellow to it. Make some flowers down here. Now you don't have to make anything special, just put the color in there like this, okay? If it's too red, add a little bit of yellow to your brush and just stick some yellow in there, okay, to get some two-tone color in there. There we go. You can always use white. White makes good flowers. You can make some look like they got buds on them by putting dots like this. Put some white dots. It'll look like buds. See that? I don't usually do the flowers on the video. I usually do it after I shut the camera off. But there you go. You got some flowers. You can also use white for twigs over your trees. They look pretty cool. Like white twigs in there. It's looking pretty good. You can put highlights on these twigs, like light hitting them. Alright guys, I think that's all I'm going to do, because I think I'm over an hour for sure. Put some birds up there. I've been putting birds in for the last year. That's how I always finish the painting, with the birds in there. All right. Paint Your Dream World. You guys got to go check out his channel. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good painter. Let's see. I think that's all I'm going to do. Let me see where I am on time. Let's see. Yeah, about an hour. Wow. That was pretty good. Look at, I got flowers in there. Some red flowers. Wow. I think it needs some yellow flowers. You see how this bush here has a little more yellow on top? It makes it look like the light's hitting that bush right there. You see that? It still needs a little work. I think I can light these trees up a little more here, like maybe the sun's hitting on these 4 trees, and that make this all yellow here. I think it would look really cool if I lit the middle of that painting up with light. Right in the middle, man. That would look wicked. And I'll put some bark. I'll put bark on this tree when I finish it up. But that's it. That's the painting right there. Take a screenshot if you want to try and copy it. I'll give you a good shot of it. It was fairly pretty easy. But if you feel like you want to practice doing that one, go ahead and take a screenshot, and there you go. I had fun doing that one. It's been a couple days since I did a live. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I got a lot of cool stuff I'm going to do this summer. I'm actually going to go outdoors and paint here in Seattle. I'm going to try it with the acrylic paint because, you know, when you go outdoors, the wind, it really dries the paint out fast. So I'm thinking if I keep the paint in containers, uh, I think the wind won't bother the paint as much. And then there's also stuff you can put in it to keep it from drying out too quickly. But I'll go out in Seattle somewhere. We got woods everywhere, man. We got water, we got trees, we got mountains, we got birds. I mean, that almost looks like Seattle right there, that painting. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Shout out to Paint Your Dream World. Right on. Thanks for coming in. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys watching. Cheers.